Hey guys, how's it going and welcome to the mini channel, and I am back home and I can finally do another video for you guys, and it's gonna be exciting and awesome and cool and everything like that. Anyway, so this video is regarding, as you can see here, we are gonna be ranking the all Shin Megami Tensei games, including the Persona games, even though technically speaking Persona is no longer part of Shin Megami Tensei. We're just gonna kind of put them all together and everything like that. Now this is a ranker type of thing, so I haven't played all games, I'll be honest with you. And I know you know I haven't played all games because I haven't talked about all the games, but the games that I played, nonetheless, I really do enjoy, and I am excited to rank them for you. Now there are some games that are repeating here as well, so I don't know what's going on with that particularly, but overall I just want to talk about all the games that I like and everything like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this cool stuff, and I'm super excited to do this for you guys. Now if for some reason I add one and you guys don't agree with the whatever, feel free to comment below. I mean, I don't particularly care, but I just want you to know that, you know, this is an opinion piece, so our opinions in this particular case don't have to agree with each other, but if you are mad or something, just let me know in the comments below, I guess. Also, I am a little bit far from my computer, so I cannot really see all of them. There are some that I cannot barely see. I can barely see some of these. So yeah. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start from the top over here, and we have Persona 3. Particularly in this case, is Persona 3, the Fest edition, the best edition, I guess. Now, it's a good edition of the game. I don't like the additional ending, that stuff that they added, but you guys know this is my favorite Persona game. So if you guys don't know this, now you know this is my favorite Persona game. So we are gonna put it on the S category. This is definitely an S tier game for me. I think it's amazing. I think there's a lot of stuff that they did really good. I think that this is probably peak Persona in a sense of Persona. Persona has changed and evolved over time. Persona 5 did a lot of things that Persona 3 could have done better, but I think story wise I really like Persona 3 for what it is and everything like that. So we're gonna move on to the next one, and this is oh my goodness, I can barely see, but it's gonna be an A for me. This is Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor. It's an awesome game. I really like the series. I think it's really cool and really interesting. I really like the second game, the Overclock, particularly. Really like those two games. So you should guys still definitely play them on the 3 days if you haven't already. I like the tactical RPGs like Fire Emblem and that kind of stuff. So whenever I see somebody likes Fire Emblem, I'm always like, you need to play these games because they're really good. They are really good. Then we have Raido Kazoku, which is also a Shin Megami Tensei game. This is the second one or the first one, I can't really tell. It's a little bit far away from when I'm sitting here, but I'm gonna rank this one a B. I think it's really good. I really like the hack and slash aspect to it. It's an RPG hack and slash in the early 90s, so it's not, or 2000, as I get 2000s, early 2000s, so it's not particularly refined. It's whenever they were trying to get that refinement done and everything. I feel like if they did this kind of style of something like the Nier games, like Nier Automata game, it will be fantastic. It will be a phenomenal game. But the story is really good. It's a mystery type. You play as a cop in the during a specific type era in Japan. The music by Shoji Meguro is fantastic. I love it, and I'm also gonna go ahead and rank the other game along with this one as an A. I think I like this one a little bit better story wise, but I really like those two games. They're awesome. I cannot see, I think this is Persona 3 Dancing. Now this one is gonna be a C for me and so is the other dancing game here. What is it? Persona 5 Dancing is also gonna be a C for me. I am so sorry guys, and this is kind of like lower tier for me, like as low as it's gonna get, probably a C, maybe a D. There's something, and these games are cool because of the dancing aspect, but Atlus was super lazy and they didn't even add a story to them. I was extremely disappointed that they didn't do it. I was kind of like, why? Persona for Dancing All Night had a story, and it was actually pretty interesting, and they added new characters, and the music was really good and everything like that. So that reminds me, since I already have Persona 4 and I'm talking about it, I'm gonna give it a B. I think it's a good game. I think the gameplay is cool, and they have some kind of like reason why the personas work the way they do and what's going on with the Midnight Channel and that kind of stuff. So really like that stuff. I think it's cool that they did that. Persona 2, I am working on a massive video that I'm doing for Persona 2, the two-parter series, and I'm still on the works for it. I talked about this before, but Persona 2 is a really good game. It's an A rank for me. I think there's a lot of really good stuff about the game that I think will work even better now with the technology that we have and everything like that. I find this one interesting because I don't see that they have the first part of Persona 2. They only left Innocent Sin. So I don't know what the other part is. I don't see it here, but it's a really good game. I do encourage everybody, like if you're a Persona fan, check it out. Check out the two parts, because it's really hard to play this game without playing the first part of the game. It's kind of like having a half of the puzzle and you don't really know why the second half of the puzzle is important. So definitely play both parts. Again, this video is coming at some point. I'm still playing through the game. There's one of them that I haven't finished yet, and I'm still playing through it, the original one on the PlayStation 1. So that one never really got ported to the PSV, so I'm still working through it. Anyway, so Persona 4 Arena. Now these are really good games. I'm actually gonna give them an A on this one. And I know it's gonna be a little bit weird for a lot of people, but hear me out here before you kind of judge me in this case. Persona 4 Arena and Persona 4 Ultimax did something important to the series, and that's that this is the first time that they actually kind of discuss sequel for Persona 3 and 4. So it's just a true sequel to the series, and Persona 3 kind of left it off that they were going to do this team where they were going to recruit Persona users to do this team about hunting shadows and that kind of stuff. And Persona 4 kind of made it through. They kind of met up, and it was a massive thing. Persona Ultimax had a twist that I didn't like. I thought it was a really bad twist, but I think I like the idea of where they were going to. That's why Persona 4 Arena is in A, and then Persona 4 Ultimax is B, because I think they didn't land the landing didn't stick as much as they thought they did. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Persona Q 2. I think it's much better than Persona Q, the first one. It's still gonna be a B for me though. They're really good, but I think one thing that doesn't save these games is they reduce the character to like the joke level of their depth. There's a lot of depth to these characters, especially when you spend so much time with them, and they're really good. The story is really good, the combat's really good, and I think that they're both really good games. I'm actually gonna move Persona Q2 to an A, but Persona Q, the first one, I'm gonna put in a B. I think that Persona Q2 did it better. Otherwise, like the presentation and everything like that, I think that there was an improvement to it, so I'm gonna revisit that one right there. This one is Devil Digital Saga. They're really good games. Why is this only one? Oh, there are other one. Okay, both of them are really good games. I only played the first one, but I heard really good things about the second one. So I haven't had a chance to. So I'm gonna rank them both, but know that I'm just ranking the first one. They're really good games. Definitely should check them out. They're unique in a sense, and I feel like this is something that deserves a remake. Badly deserves a remake. It's just one of those games that it still needs a good remake for it. Oh my goodness, and this is what we're gonna get in S rank territory right here. So we're gonna go ahead and put Shin Megami Tensei 4S, and also the Apocalypse, which is the sequel in a sense to one of the endings for Shin Megami Tensei 4. Really good games. They took the series to a spot that I think that it was much needed. I am surprised that Shin Megami Tensei 5 hasn't been announced at this point. I'm hugely disappointed that they just haven't, but Persona 4, Shin Megami Tensei 4 is really good. If you are a Persona fan, I think Shin Megami Tensei 4 is the most accessible out of all the Shin Megami Tensei games, just because in a sense it kind of has a feel for Persona, much more than the other games. It's not the same thing, and they don't play alike at all. But they're really really close to each other, I think. I'm sorry, I haven't actually played this Shin Megami Tensei game here, so I do apologize about that. Don't hate on me. Again, a lot of these games I haven't actually played, the ones that are left over here. Shin Megami Tensei 3, better known as Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, is also an S rank. Such a good game. Definitely, if you guys haven't played this game, this is such a good story and such an interesting development for the story overall. There's a lot of things that they kind of did with this game that I was really happy to how they did it and everything. Just the main character particularly, there's a lot of development in this game, and I think that there's a lot of good to be had in this game. So if you guys haven't played that one, if I were to say what is the one Shin Megami Tensei game that you should play, I think between Shin Megami Tensei 3 and 4, 3 is really really good. 4 is just went in a completely different direction than 3, but they're both really really good games. I encourage you to play both of them, but if you can one, I think 3 is really good. Accessibility wise, I think 4 is gonna be more accessible to you, just because Nocturne desperately needs support for the PS4 or a remake or something like that. Atlas needs to get into it, because Nocturne is a really good game. Oh, so we talked already about Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor, and now we have the other one right here next to each other. They're both really good games. Again, I really like the tactical RPG style to them. I think it's really good. Persona 4 Golden, yes, also an S rank, but I do think that this one's below Persona 3 and Persona 5. I think they're both really good games. Persona 4 is kind of like the entry gateway series for Persona. I think it had like everything that you think of when you think of Persona. Persona 4 Golden pretty much had every single thing in a checklist there. It was the best game on the Vita for sure, and it just did a lot of really good stuff right there. Oh, I found it right here. The other part of Persona 2. There you go. Sorry about that, guys. I think I missed it somehow. I talked about this earlier. Anyway, Persona 5, I'm also going to put in the S rank as well. You guys know this. I love Persona 5. I've talked about it on my channel plenty of times. It's such an amazing game. I think it's a good comeback to the series. I think Persona 4 did a lot of really good stuff, but I think Persona 5 just really brought it up really, really strong. The combat was revamped. A lot of the stuff that bothered people for so long, as far as dungeon crawling and everything, was really well implemented in Persona 5. It did a really good stuff right here. And I'm sorry, there's like 3 games in here that I played, and the rest I haven't played, so don't hate on me too much for this. Persona, the original one, I'm actually gonna give it a B. I don't think it's really good, and I know other people are gonna be like, man, come on, like, it's the beginning of the Persona games. I think it's okay. I don't think that I mean, if you compare a lot of the Shin Megami Tensei games to this Persona game particularly, I don't think it's really good. If you compare this to any of the Persona games, I don't think it's really good. Story wise, I think it's still good, and B ranking is not bad at all. I don't want you guys to be like, oh my god, he ranked Persona as a B. I'm like, no, it's still a really good game, and I think you guys should play it. I just think it's really subpar. Putting it with any of these games is really subpar. I think that this is a good game, but all of these games are like much better here. So you guys should know this. Oh, Soul Hackers. Soul Hackers is also a really good game. You guys should definitely play it. It's on the 3DS or the DS, I don't remember, 3DS or DS, and it's another good Shin Megami Tensei game. I think I'm gonna give it a B. I'm sorry, not an A. All of these games that I talk about, I'm kind of like, yeah, you should definitely play it. Strange Journey. Strange Journey is a remake of also a really good Shin Megami Tensei game. I think that it's a well done remake. Again, coming back to Nocturne, if they can do remakes like this, maybe on the Switch. Switch is an awesome console to have an RPG, and I think that needs to be done. Anyway, that's it. Pretty much, I haven't played any of these games here, and all original Shin Megami Tensei, Shin Megami Tensei If, and all that kind of stuff. But I do apologize, I haven't played those games. I don't feel comfortable ranking them. We are missing, I think, Shin Megami Tensei Online here, and Catherine, I guess, if you can count it in Shin Megami Tensei. It's not officially an SMT game, but being that we do have a character that shows up in here, Vincent from Catherine, I think that Catherine could have happen in here. But yeah, that is pretty much it in this category, guys. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. I'll save this and I'll show you guys all the ranking here if you're interested in it. Again, don't hate on me and any of this stuff. Don't be like, man, this fucking guy didn't put my game in this game or in this thing or whatever. There's a lot of really good stuff in here. Persona 2 part 1 and 2, really good. I think I will probably put them together in S, but as individual games I will put them in an A. I don't know if that makes sense. Two games make one whole. In this particular case, so both of them will be in the S, but if you play them separately, they're only A games. It's only because of the story that links together that makes a really good story together, even though they're two separate games. But guys, that is pretty much my list here. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this? Are you do you agree or disagree? Have you ever done one of these? This is my first time doing this tier maker thing, but I felt like it was something interesting and cool to do. But anyway, guys, that is it for today. If you're new, please consider liking and subscribing, and let me know what is your favorite Shin Megami Tensei game or Persona game. Again, this is Kuro, and I'll see you next time. Please subscribe and like and everything like that. But that's it for today, guys. I'll see you next time.